The authoritarian parent attempts to shape, control, and evaluate the behavior and attitudes of the child in accordance with a set standard of conduct, usually an absolute standard theologically motivated and formulated by a high authority. The parent values obedience as a virtue and favors punitive, forceful measures to curb self-will at points where the child's action or belief conflicts with what she thinks in right results. The parent believes in keeping the child in his place, in restricting his autonomy, and is assigning household responsibilities in order to inculcate respect for her work.
Now we're going to consider the effects that this parenting style may have on your children. Naturally, these children tend to become very impressionable. They become very obedient to all authority and anything that they consider superior. This may work out for them in the school system or in the work system as they aim to focus on what is considered right given to them by their authority. However, they are going to lack the social skills similar to those around them. Therefore, they tend to trouble with depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, and all of this could be because they lacked the independent thinking and creative behavior within the household while growing up.
The permissive parent attempts to behave in a non-punitive, acceptant, and affirmative manner towards a child's impulses, desires, and actions. The parent consults with him or the child about policy decisions and gives explanations for family rules. The parent makes few demands for household responsibility and orderly behaviors. The parent allows the child to regulate his own activities as much as possible, avoid exercises of control, and not encourage him to obey externally defined standards. The parent attempts to use reason and manipulation but not overt power to accomplish her
Now
ends.
let's consider the effects of the permissive parenting style. Due to the complete lack of limits, lack of authoritative figures, as well as no consistent routine or predictability, this may lead to a sense of insecurity in your child, with them wondering, what can I count on and how far can I go? The lack of authority also encourages them to become very bossy or dominating. Since also you will not have aimed to manage or control your child's independent or free thinking, this could lead to them becoming very impulsive and being involved in considerably problematic behavior as compared to children of the authoritarian or authoritative parenting households. However, on the bright side, since the children are raised believing that they are equals to the adults in their lives, they become very well equipped in dialogue, have high self esteem, high social skills, and low levels of depression.
The authoritative parent attempts to direct the child's activity but in a rational or issue-oriented manner. The parent encourages verbal give and take and shares with the child the reasoning behind her policy and solicits his objections when he refuses to conform. The authoritative parent affirms the child's present qualities but also sets standards for future conduct. She uses power and shaping by regime and reinforcement to achieve her objectives and does not base her decisions on the group consensus or the individual child's desire.
Now, let's consider the effects of the authoritative parenting style. Because of the use of positive reinforcement, which is also known as praise, along with logical and fair rules which the children will gain the ability to decode and subsequently live up to, they will more than likely develop exceptional social skills as well as emotional regulation. Also, with the child having learned that following the rules and behaving well gets them positive attention, they take this into the working world as well as the school world, which allows them to be very self-confident and goal-orientated. The very well-known Cosby family on the familiar show The Cosby Show exemplifies the idea of an authoritative family household. Control and demandingness is high, as well as warmth and responsiveness. Now, finally, today we're going to look at a fourth parenting style, which was formulated by Maccabee and Martin and later added to Bauman's research. It is called the neglectful parenting style or the uninvolved parenting style. Now, it is aptly named. However, the parents don't necessarily lack concern for their children's well being, it's just that the extent to which they will go to fulfill certain needs is very limited. They may fulfill the physical needs of their children, but otherwise they are very distant, detached, and disengaged. The parents may even lead full lives, but that life is emotionally separate from that of their child's. This means that there are very few demands and limits, and communication and responsiveness is very low. Children who grew up in such a household are susceptible to having low self-esteem since no attention from their parents caused them to feel very unimportant. They also tend to be less socially competent than children who are raised in other parenting styles households. Now, overall, children and adolescents who are raised in such households tend to perform most poorly in all domains.